Pollock and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
The most beautiful views from the water on Lake Washington, Husky Stadium, is something special. You can see the lake, the mountains, you can see it all from kickoff. This is one of the most glorious views in all of college sports. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So Washington's offense will have the football first. And here comes Devon Williams. What a game he had last time out. 3 touchdowns, better than 200 yards, leading his team to victory.
And how much fun has it been watching this young man early this season as advertised? It was so special a year ago. And David, you could really see all the work this guy has put in the offseason. He's playing at a different level early this season and certainly looking to continue that today.
And that's picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Handoff, Fluff Bothwell. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team. Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And that will go such a long way in deciding this football game. Who can win these short yardage situations? Who can be the more physical team? And this offense right here showing the work up front, man. The big boys.
He's going for the goal line. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
And after that first down gasher, they're close to the end zone. Second and goal coming. They'll run it with Bothwell. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Clemson. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window if the intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They'll try the counter. Nice move there. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Well, that's a really good-looking run, too. And when you think back to Washington football, we talk a lot about the quarterbacks they've had in these great aerial assaults, but they've always needed to have balance as well. You get that by running the football, and this guy really helps keep defenses honest because they don't know what's coming at them. With a weapon like him in the backfield, he really makes this offense go.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
Williams setting up the screen, breaks into the open, and he's finally ushered out of bounds, but not before. He makes a good gain. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
And he's brought down after a short gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Handoff again. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Williams from the gun on third down. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a fourth down. He'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And his slips just inside that right upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Tells to run, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
Really nice play there catching the pass. And I'll tell you, it's not easy to get on the field these days at Clemson if you're a wideout. Because of the success they've had recruiting and all the NFL talent they've had outside at the position, getting on the field and competing is no simple task. It's not easy to do, but this guy has everything you look for. He is built to succeed, not just at the college level. I think this guy's got an opportunity on Sundays, too.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. The fake and wants to throw. Makes the grab. Just feeding his pads to the defense as he gets it to the 36.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Forced out of bounds, good pickup there on the ground.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Play action on first down. He just got rid of the football. Not sure what he was doing. They're going to get him for grounding. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. The penalty pushes the offense back for this second down. Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Johnson. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time, the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. Third down coming. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
Incomplete. They fought for it, but it just squirted harmlessly to the ground.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over from the... The ball left his hand.
Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. About to have the 9th snap on this drive. You don't want to settle for a field goal. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Looking for the goal line. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down. They're going to pass on the field goal. They're still looking for 6 in this situation. Look out! Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Throwing, Williams. Rush right in his face. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this 3rd down. Williams will pass. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. It's caught. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
You hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage, you're trying to defend a slant route, you've taken the inside away. That's where your leverage is. You'll allow anything to happen to the outside. You're trying to funnel the receiver to the boundary. You just cannot let the receiver beat you to the inside.
Under pressure. Good job just to get rid of that one.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him. and influence this passing game.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. Here's Williams to throw. Got his man to the left. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Man, he's spreading the ball all over the yard, man. A lot of times when you go to one guy, man, I can kind of shut them down, or I can run coverages to stop wide receivers. Now getting the tight end involved, using the whole field, really in a flow, in a rhythm, the passing game looking good.
Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Carr. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll run the counter. Snowed under by the defense. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. Williams. Caught. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Those 3rd downs are hard to execute, and when you get in the red zone, it gets even harder, but this offense did a great job. Now, forget the 3. We're leaving that behind. Now set up 1st and goal.
Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. Got stopped on 1st down. They'll try it again from the 2. Wide receiver comes in motion. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffened on the last play. Now it's 3rd and goal again from the 2. Trying to bully their way in. He'll be stopped short. Could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
Williams to throw for it on 4th. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Gives him a little breathing room, picks up 5 and gets it to the 7-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Left side, Wesco makes the grab. He goes out of bounds across the 15 at the 16. That's a solid pickup on that one. Backed up at the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Hands it off on the counter. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Just feeds the running back. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
I know 4 yards doesn't seem like a lot, but man, it's so nice when you can dictate to a defense. And 4 yards, back-to-back plays, now set up with a whole playbooks available. I can do whatever I want. I can be aggressive. I love when offenses stay in that 3rd down and short range.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. trying to pick up a first down. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Drops back on first down. Over the middle, complete to Wesco. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. Clemson jumps to the line.
I love the patience by the quarterback on this drive, too. He's not getting greedy. He's not forcing the ball somewhere where it doesn't need to go. He's just taking what the defense gives him, and this offense, therefore, is matriculating down the field.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab. Good job running that route to get past six because he got nothing after the catch. Timeout called by Clemson. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Wants to throw one first. Out wide left, it's Davis. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few. Long way to go on second down. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. With the catch, it's Moore. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Fourth down. Clemson calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Snaps it, and he has to have it. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. Fourth down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
Williams. Left side is Lawson. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Williams looking for a man. Going long. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. We begin with a look at Missouri, taking on the number 1 team, the LSU Tigers.
Washington ready to kick off to start this second half. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. What did they talk about at halftime, Holly?
Hey, guys, checking in with the Tigers head coach. The first half was okay He understands the ACC season opener, conference opener, they've got to be even better in the third quarter. He said there's some things we can clean up, some positives we can build on, but their intensity has to remain strong here to start the second half.
Holly, thank you. Bluff Bothwell again. They've got him corralled.
Well, you see the defense make a big play there in the RPO, and they're doing it because they're starting to load the box. If you're the play caller offensively, you might want to think about having your quarterback keep the ball and then try to throw it downfield.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Touchdown, Huskies! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six.
And that is a critical error by the quarterback at a critical juncture of the game, right, David? This thing's already close, and it's the smallest mistake that could make the difference. That pick six certainly hurts his team, but there's a lot of football left, a lot of time left. You got to be resilient as a quarterback. You have to be able to turn the page and get back out and attack with confidence.
You made a mistake. You're exactly right. We got to flush this. We got to move on. Obviously, the crowd goes nuts. The fans are all into it. The other side's energized. Now you got to go get your head together. Go watch the clip. See.
Snagged it, and there's running room. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Clemson is quick to the line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Johnson. There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Bothwell. 7-yard pickup on that one. It's now 2nd and 3.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
He stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The Tigers are rolling down the field. Now they're going to throw it. That's caught. It's Burrows. That's his first catch of the season, and they believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early. He leaves it with the back. Across the 25 to the 24-yard line before he stopped. Pick up a 5 and a first down.
Really put an offensive possession together here that's fun to watch. Like, it's fun to watch them own the line of scrimmage, be physical. In this area of the field, this is what they call the fringe, right outside the red zone. It's kind of your last opportunity to take shots, take advantage of the extended space on the field before you get cramped in the red zone. So I look for this offense to be aggressive.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll give it to Johnson. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Right back to it. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short.
And that looks like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
Deep in enemy territory, ball's at the 3. They can pick up a first down without scoring a touchdown, and here they go on 4th and short. Needs it. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down, and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Love the call going RPO here on 4th and short. And how about the running back? This is a guy that gets the tough yards. He finds ways to get those hidden yards. He can...
Touchdown, Clemson! That one will give them the lead. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Williams on the play fake. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. Right down the gut of the field. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Washington!
And it's just such a great way to answer. Your defense just gives up a touchdown, no problem. Offense come out, see what the defense is in. The passing game makes the big play down the field and the immediate answer to get the momentum back in this football game.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Nice move to keep running. Second and long here. Finds his man. It's Wesco. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Sells the run, looking to pass. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Going over the top. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like,
caught, and he's got room. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. No matter where they are on the field, they'll go for those chunk plays, and they got one that has them set up 1st and 10 at the 42. Caught, it's Williams. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
he was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Working the middle. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. They'll move the wide receiver. Play action with Williams. He's got the tight end. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Neutral zone. The offense needed something, just anything, to give them just a little breathing room, and the defense provided it with that penalty.
Here we go, ready.
Quick give. It's Washington. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Here's a give to Washington. All over him immediately.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
It's 3rd and 5. Throwing, Williams, looking for the score. Touchdown, Husky. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
You know, good teams just know how to close games out, and you're seeing that right now with this team, right? Their defense just had a massive takeaway. The offense able to capitalize on that with a touchdown, so they've padded their lead. And this just speaks to, I think, the experience in the locker room and also the playmakers they have. This game is starting to feel like a blowout.
On the move from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Working the sidelines, Holly Rowe. What do you have, Holly?
Here on the Tigers sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has...
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Didn't find much room on the return, but now they are in business and poised to strike from the 25. This offense has it with really good field position. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, it's Washington. Swamped immediately.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. And his here is incomplete.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Picked off! What a play by this defense! Touchdown, Huskies! Took it all the way back to the house.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
He'll bring it out. It's Brown. tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Oh, pressure's coming, and he avoids the sack.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Way off target there.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Here's Williams to throw. They're all over him. Blasted as he lets it go. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. The Huskies trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Could not make his way to the corner.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
Williams will pass. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
Third down from the gun. Williams makes the grab on the shuffle. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. Dead center perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Goes high to pull it in. Took it all the way to the 36-yard line, and he flipped the field in an instant. Fresh setter downs going to the air. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Out wide left, it's Wesco. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Wants to throw it. Out wide right, it's Moore. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the 1st down. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Going for 6. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass.
Got room on the return. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Williams. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Tight end now in motion. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete on third down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Pull to the ground.
Well, the tight end makes the catch. He just tries to do a little too much after it. He makes one guy miss, and at that point starts running backwards and ultimately ends up losing yards.
Working that left side now. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They'll try to get it through the air. It's complete on the right side. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.